Earlier in the course, we talked about the char type, which allowed us to work with individual characters. In practice, we tend to work with sequences of characters more than individual characters, and that's where the string class comes in. It stores a sequence of Unicode characters. It stores them using the UTF-16 encoding, which basically means that the Java string class can store pretty much any character you're likely to ever want to work with. Working with strings is really straightforward. Literal strings are enclosed in double quotes. So let's say we want to have a variable called name and assign it a literal string. We simply declare it as string and assign it to literal string Jim enclosed in quotes. We can easily combine string values using the plus or plus equals. Plus combines two strings and gives you back a new string. Plus equals adds a string onto the value of an existing string. Right, so if I want to do something like print out hi Jim, I can use our print line method, put the literal string hi, and then add a plus sign and name after that, and that will print out that value, hi Jim. Now, one thing to be aware of is that string objects are immutable. And what that means is that once a string object is created, it can never be changed. So anything that changes that value requires that a new instance of the string object be created. So let's see what that looks like. Let's say I go and declare a variable called greeting and assign it to literal hello. So of course I've got my variable. Then a string is allocated out in memory holding the value hello. And of course the variable greeting then references it. But then if I do something as simple as greeting plus equals space. Now all I want to do is add a space onto the word hello. In order for that to happen, a whole new string object has to be created holding all the existing values, the hello, plus the space, and then greeting is repointed to that new instance. So it'll feel like just a space was added on to the end, but actually a whole lot more has gone on. So if I then now say greeting plus equals world, again it allocates out another object holding the entire string and repoints greeting to that. So we want to be aware of this idea of strings being immutable because we can end up doing things really inefficiently. Now later in this module, we'll talk about how we can use other mechanisms to work with this string situation like this more effectively. Now the string class has a number of methods on it. We're not going to talk about all of them, but I just want to point out some of the highlights here. One of the methods we commonly use is the length method, which gives us back the length of the string, right? How many characters are in that string. Very often we want to convert non-string values into strings, like we have maybe the integer value 100. If we want to get back to characters 100, the string method value of will do that. The string class provides methods for creating a new string from existing strings. Concat combines two string values to create a new string, basically the same as the plus operator. Replace, two lowercase, two uppercase, and trim create a new string based on modifying values of an existing string. The split method is useful for cases where you have a delimited string, like a list of common delimited values. It'll give you an array of strings back of the individual values inside that original string. We can do string formatting. We can extract a substring from an existing string. We can check for the presence of a substring in an existing string. And then of course we can do comparisons. Compare to and compare to ignore case. Check to see if one string is greater than, equal to, or less than another string based on the Unicode character sequences. Is empty tells us whether we have a zero length string. And then equals and equals ignore case obviously check for equality. Equals checks to see do we have the exact same character sequence in two strings. Equals ignore case does the same thing but ignoring the case of course. The thing is equals actually raises some interesting issues that we need to talk about, which we'll talk about in the next clip. To get to full documentation on the string class, just check out that URL I have on screen.